My name is Dylan Hull, and this vlog is to be submitted as part of my assessed work for my Marketing Essentials module. Now, as a foreword, any data referenced in speech only throughout the presentation rather than on the slides will be cited in my bibliography at the end. So the product I have chosen to research is the Air Force One shoe by Nike. Now, the Air Force One is a modern revival of an original Nike trainer from 1982, and as a result is a well-established style within the Nike footwear product mix. Now, as a brand, Nike is driven by its focus on sporting products, as can be seen in the mission statement as listed. So, Nike Air Force Ones are classed as a shopping good as they have a higher price, require more planning prior to purchase than a convenience good, and aren't purchased on a very frequent basis. Now, Nike sells in high quantities by using its brand identity and its quality as a driving force to push the product to the target market, which is 14 to 45-year-olds of both genders. Now, this, combined with a skimming pricing technique, which will be expanded upon later, allows Nike to compete with its rivals successfully. Nike Air Force Ones are in the maturity stage of their product life cycle. Now, the reason they're already in the maturity stage so soon after the style's revival is because of the short life cycle typical of fashion-based products due to the rapidly changing trends in industry. Now, this rapid progression towards the maturity phase isn't necessarily a negative, as it allows the product to sell a large amount of units quite steadily without requiring the heavy investment in marketing that was used to achieve these sales during its initial launch and in the growth phases. Now, this allows the product to become a temporary cash cow for Nike, which is in accordance with the Boston Matrix by Bruce Henderson. A pair of Nike Air Force Ones typically costs between £85 and £120 in the UK. From this, we can see that Nike uses a premium pricing technique. Now, Nike can use this technique because of their strong brand identity and the loyal customer base it has built up since its inception. Now, the benefit of Nike's premium pricing technique is that it allows the use of consistent value increasing strategies. A great example of this would be the student discount, which allows people in education with limited disposable income to purchase products such as the Air Force One. Now, there are three key factors that influence the price of Nike products such as the Air Force One. The first of these is the customer perception. So, Nike charges premium prices because its customers are willing to pay them, since they see Nike's brand overall as better value than its cheaper alternatives such as Puma and Slazenger. So the next of these factors is the demand for products. So Nike has the highest market share of the US footwear industry with a stunning 21.1%. So the demand for products such as the Air Force One is more than high enough so that Nike doesn't need to compete on a low cost basis. Now, the final factor influencing Nike's pricing technique is their strategic use of law and regulation. Now, this is an ethical grey area. However, Nike has used in the past third world countries and emerging markets to take advantage of lower wages required for workforces in these areas and set up factories there. This can be seen from the figures shown above. Now, one final side note would be that when you look at Nike's closest competitor being Adidas, they do use a skimming technique to a lesser degree than the premium pricing technique, just to allow them to have that slight edge in quality, perceived quality at least, over Adidas. The three main marketing channels used by Nike are selling products to wholesalers in the international market, direct-to-consumer sales primarily through its brand retailers in the US, and e-commerce sales through the Nike.com website, which also sells on an international basis. Now, Nike controls a majority of their distribution channels, so they get better prices from the intermediaries than companies that outsource distribution. Now, due to the control Nike have and the lightly built up over the long relationship between Nike and its distributing companies, they have a lot more control and stability within the distribution channels, as they have a lot more trust built up between them and their intermediaries. centered my reflection around Gibbs' reflective model and its 6 stages. So overall my attendance and engagement initially in the year was relatively high, however it did take some time to adapt to a new style of learning. Now, my feeling during this academic year was relatively relaxed through first semester and quite excited for second. However, with COVID-19 becoming a thing, I felt less confident due to the difficulties in communication with the university. Now, overall, my experience through first year was somewhat negative, outside of the social aspect of the course in the university. I found a lot of lecturers unsupportive or difficult to communicate with. However, a positive experience comes from the course director who, after a short meeting, showed full support and I see an improvement in the aforementioned lecturers. Now, overall, I have learned a lot more about task management and self-motivation in uni, which has allowed us to get some insight into how I need to motivate myself more and balance tasks as they come in. Now, my action plan for second year is to focus on report writing skills as I struggled with this during first and second semester. Now, in order to do this, I'll seek assistance from friends on the course, as well as looking into the library's skillful learning resources. Final note, I'd like to thank you for watching my academic vlog.